Nippy. 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 Tippy. I used to know a dog named Tippy. Tippy. This dog, Tippy, lived down the street. It's nothing to do with yoga, but and he used to be able to climb a fence. The 6-foot fences, the wooden ones. Back in the day, they used to thread them and use climb them. Just like a cat. His name was Tippy. Tippy was the dog of my friend this is when I was a kid, who introduced me to yoga when I was in my early 20s. Well, I was introduced earlier, but he's the one that really got me into it. We're childhood friends. We're still friends today. But he lives in Virginia, and I live in Arizona. Okay, so today, the quote is from the Quran. I was reading something yesterday to share today, which is from chapter 24, verse 35. And it's from the chapter called Light. Of course, the chapter title is an addition to the Quran. Originally, that was not part of the Quran. When the Quran came out of Muhammad's mouth, it wasn't ordered the way it's in the specific order. And it didn't have titles like that. But still, the title's Light. And it's verse 35. So chapter 24, verse 35. And this is the first sentence of this chapter. God is the light of the heavens and the earth. Again, God is the light of the heavens and the earth. And Arabic to English is not a direct translation. It's meaning to meaning translation. But if you were going to say this word means this word, this word is the God, light, the heavens, and the earth, or the skies. So God is the light of the skies and the earth. Just wanted to share that. And the point of the verse is that it's from the Quran, and we're supporting our Muslim family. All one human race. All one human race. One human race. A Muslim family, Christian family, one truth, many paths. One truth, many paths. And that is Quranic too. So the point of the verse is that God is the light, or God light. If you went from the transliteration to what it means in English, or the direct translation. And the reason I'm sharing that, the reason I'm sharing that is one that I'm not talking right now, normal, very normal, is because we're going to do some salutations like we've been doing, and we're going to focus on light. We're going to focus on light. The Quran states that God is the light. Of course, you can translate it and say, hey, the meaning is metaphorical. Okay, fine. Let it be metaphorical. But it's still a metaphor about light. And that's what we're going to focus on. Light. 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 And we're going to do 6 sun salutations today. And we're going to move through them faster than we usually do. And you're going to feel and experience light. It's part of the sun salutation. You're not saluting the sun. That's not what you're doing. You are metaphorically becoming one with light. So let's go ahead and begin. Shoulder. Told you I can't speak. I'll get it eventually. So feet are shoulder width apart. Toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. I was about to say as light as you can. As wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent. Hips are tilted. Arms are relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Neck is relaxed. So no tension anywhere. And the reason I'm messing up on my words because my mind is somewhere else. Before I came out here, I was grading my classes. I was grading 3 classes. So my mind was into that. Boom, boom, boom. And I have something else on my mind. And then what's happening is I haven't transitioned over yet. I usually meditate or pray before. I didn't do that this time. So just focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now with the mountain pose, you're lengthening up and you're lining up the bones of the skeleton as if you were just your skeleton, letting the skeleton stand. Let the skeleton stand by itself, no tension anywhere. And this is the mountain pose. The mountain pose is important because you're becoming firm like a mountain. You're one with the earth like a mountain. That is the feeling that you're gaining. You're tapping into that feeling. So of oneness, the mindset of oneness. Once you tap into the oneness, capital O, you're firm. You're open. You're everything. You just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. Bring your palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale slowly. It's the first stretch, so go nice and easy. And then you're going to exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back. You're going to go right to standing forward bend. So palms go to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. You are pulling yourself in and down. Foreheads go to the knees, and you're letting yourself breathe. Now in this pose, when you inhale, the belly swells with air. It pushes you out of the pose slightly. So let yourself be pushed out. And then you exhale, and the belly goes in, and you go back into the pose a little bit more. And in this pose, you're learning to be aware. You're aware of that subtle movement of inhaling and exhaling, of the body going out and in. That mindset, you're taking off the yoga mat and applying it into the so-called real world, where you're aware of subtleness that's around you. So palms to the sides of the feet, left leg is back into a low lunge. With a low lunge, top the foot to the floor and the back knees to the floor. Hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight or arched. You're to your palms, maybe to your fingertips. But wherever you are, make sure the front knee is not going over the toes. And arch the back, or the back is straight. And you're feeling open. Mindset here is openness. And what's important here is you're feeling open. You're taking that openness off the yoga mat and applying it in a so-called real world, where you feel opened throughout the day, open to new ideas, new adventures, new thinking. You're just feeling opened. Now you're going to go into the high lunge. We're not going to stay in the high lunge. We're just going to go into it for a second or so, using it as a transition pose. So toes curl under in the back, knee is up, and then downward dog. Now with the downward dog, you are pushing into this pose. Arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor, no tension in the neck, so the head is dangling. And you're pushing to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, Settle there and accept where you are. Here, you're learning acceptance. You're taking that mindset off the yoga mat and accepting yourself in the so-called real world. Accepting others. Accepting. Now, that doesn't mean you take negativity from others, you just accept it. That's not what I'm talking about. Acceptance means you accept what's happening, and then you handle what you need to handle. And then you slide into the upper dog, drop down to the knees and the chest, slide up. Tops of the feet are to the floor, palms are to the floor. And you're feeling open. You're listening to your body here. And if you feel like, man, I need to do something else, this is too much, listen to yourself and go to hands and knees. In hands and knees, you're going to arch the back and do the cow. Or you're going to go down the small cobra and bring the chest off the floor. Palms are touching the floor, but you're not using them. You're pulling up. Back muscles are pull muscles. So you're pulling up. Or you do the upper dog and just accept. You're listening to your body. You're learning to listen to yourself. That's what we're learning on the yoga mat. You take that off the yoga mat. You listen to yourself throughout the day. So if something happens, you don't just say, hey, and go with it. No, talk it over with yourself. If you believe in God, talk it over with God within you, and then make the decision. Then back to downward dog. Downward dog, arms are straight, legs are straight, elbows to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor or to the floor. And you are pushing into the pose. And if you're feeling like, man, I can go into it further. Go into it further. You feel like, man, I need to bring myself out of it. Bring yourself out of it. Listen to yourself. That is what we're learning. You're becoming your own guru, your own leader. You're taking that off the yoga mat. You're not just becoming a follower. Not in 2019. That's not what we do. I mean, you can do that, but that's not what I encourage when I teach yoga. So left foot is up between the legs. Between the hands, and you're in a low lunge. The low lunge off the floor. Man, I can't speak because I'm kind of slowly coming back to the yoga or going to the yoga, but I haven't left grading yet. I'll get there. And you're feeling open. So top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are pushing forward diagonally, back is straight or arch, and the front knee's not over the toes. And if it is, lengthen up some and just feel opened. Then you're going to go to high lunge, curl the toes under in the back, knee goes up, high lunge, get the leg as straight as you can, and then standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down and let yourself breathe. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Turn the palms out, push the air down and out, exhale. Then inhale, then exhale, hinge forward. Standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down, focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now when you're focused on the breathing, it heightens your awareness. It lets you know what's going on in the poses. So palms to the sides of the feet, the left leg is back into a low lunge. Focusing on the breathing lets you know what's being stretched, how you're moving, what's going on around you. It heightens your awareness, but you're not focused on that stuff. You're focusing on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. High lunge, then downward dog, pushing into it. Arms are straight, legs are straight, elbows to the ceiling, heels towards the floor. You are pushing into this pose. You're just accepting where you are. Very important. Once you're settled in a pose, you accept where you are. That is what we're doing. When you accept, you feel open, that allows the mind and body to become one, which is yoga. So drop down to the knees and chest slide up, upward dog, or do the cow like I showed you, or the small cobra. And just accept, let go of judgment. Judgment, trying to be somewhere, all those types of barriers will prevent the mind and body from becoming one. Let go. Then back to downward dog, pushing into it. Really push into it now. And if you think, man, I can't push into it, then don't. And if you're into it, you feel like, man, I need to go a little bit further. Then go a little bit further. Listen to yourself. I'm not your guru. I'm not your leader. We're doing yoga together. It's a mindset you need to learn on the yoga mat. And when you get off the yoga mat, you learn to listen to yourself, not just a follower. Who wants to be a follower? Well, some people. It's easy. It is easy. So left foot is up between the hands. But it becomes easy to talk to yourself, talk things out. So low line, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight or arch, knees not over the toes. If it is, lift it up some and just feel opened. Feeling opened. Then you're going to go to high lunge, then standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. Palms together, reach out, up and back. Inhale. Exhale. Four more salutations. Inhale. We're going to move into them a little bit faster. Exhale. And just focus on light. Feel light. Light. Not light like weight, but light. Imagine light. Palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back. Feeling opened. Feel light. Experience light. Just like the Quran verse was saying. Feel tapped into light. The downward dog, pushing into it. Remember, you're focusing 100% on the breathing. Heightens your awareness. Let you know what's going on in the body. Then inhale, upward dog. Just imagine light. Light is within, right? No matter if the sun is out or not, the light is within. Pushing back into the downward dog. Even if you're thinking, man, that's a metaphor. Okay, it's a metaphor. Think of light metaphorically then. Opening up, low lunge, left foot is up. And high lunge, then standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down. Focus 100% on the breathing. Just because you're focused on the breathing doesn't mean you're not aware of what's going on. It makes you more aware. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Push all the air out. And then inhale. Exhale. Become aware of that subtleness. The left leg is back. Opening up. Feel opened. Imagining light. Light is within. Light is within. High lunge, then downward dog, pushing into it. Really push into it now. If you feel like you can't, then don't. If you feel like you should, then do. And then upward dog. Feeling opened. Focus on the breathing. Remember, it's all about the breathing. That's the link that allows the mind and body to become one. Downward dog, pushing into it. No matter how the pose looks or the poses look, accept. Let the mind and body become one. Left foot is up. Feeling opened. Very important mindset. Gotta let go of judgment, let go of control, and just let the mind and body connect. That is yoga. High lunge, then standing forward bend. The poses are not yoga. They are not yoga. The mind and body is not connecting. You're doing these poses, then you're just doing poses. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, standing forward bend, push all the air out, and then inhale, exhale. 2 more. Left leg is back, opening up, low lunge, feel opened. Imagine light. Downward dog, pushing into it. Upward dog, or modify it how you have to. Downward dog, pushing into it. Left foot is up between the hands, opening up, feeling opened. Let go of judgment. Don't judge your pose. Just let the mind and body connect. Let go of judgment. High lunge, then standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Just focus on the breathing. Palms together, reach out, up and back. Inhale. Last one, exhale. Last citation. Go into these poses a little bit more if you can. If not, then don't. Then exhale, standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Exhale all the air out. And then just focus on the breathing. Left leg is back into a low lunge, feeling opened. Just open up here. Then downward dog, pushing into it. And then accept where you are. Acceptance has the element of openness in it. It's all one mindset. Then slide into upper dog, feeling opened. And then back to downward dog. Then left foot is up between the hands. Fix my shirt. Feeling opened. Then high lunge, then standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. And then exhale. It wasn't good. Pull out my shirt. Another shirt. Then you're going to go to mountain pose. Now, mountain pose, remember, toes go up, spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Feet are shoulder width apart, knees are bent, hips are tilted, arms are relaxed, so no tension in the arms or the shoulders. And just focus on the breathing. What happens when I'm talking, when I'm instructing doing yoga, I don't really catch the benefit as much. And then my breathing is off because I'm talking, telling you how to breathe, which makes me not be able to breathe. so-called correctly. So it knocks the breath out of me sometimes. I'll tell you what, though, my shoulder feels good, man. Hurt my shoulder about a week ago, and I had to rest it. I just had to stop. It was hard to stop. Feels good. Inshallah. Alhamdulillah. All praises to God. Thank you, God. That's what I said. I said that in Arabic. It's kind of joking, but not really joking. And then I'm going to go to easy pose, which is the modification of the lotus. And then we're just going to do spinal twists. That's all we're going to do. And then we're going to seal it up with the yoga seal. So back is straight. Hands are to your knees, maybe in your lap. Maybe you're leaning against the wall. Maybe one leg is out because you have an issue with your lower back. I do still have an issue with my lower back. That gets better sometimes not. Goes back and forth. I can't figure it out yet. Then you're going to take the left hand, place it to the right knee, right arm goes up. Think of the spine, pull yourself straight up, then you twist, palm goes to the floor instead of the back. Arm is straight, it's against the back. And make sure the head is twisting. You have to twist the head in this pose. You don't have to do anything, but you should. It's easy to forget to twist the head in this pose. And just focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. And go ahead and release. Back to center. And you're going to take right hand on the left knee. Left arm goes up. Pull yourself up. Think of the spine. Stretch yourself up. Then you twist. Palm goes to the floor, center of the back. Arm is straight. And it's against the back. Head is twisting. Again, make sure you're twisting the head and then just focus on the breathing. Now go ahead and release. Back to center. And you're going to bring the hands to your knees. Maybe they're in your lap like this. Some people do this. If you need to lean back, lean back. If you need to go against the wall, go against the wall. But just get yourself centered and relaxed. Because now we're going to focus on the breathing. You should have been focusing on the breathing, but you're really going to make sure you're focusing on the breathing. And you're going to watch yourself breathe. Now you're already breathing automatically. So you're just going to watch it. And you do that by watching the belly go in and out. As you inhale, the belly swells with air. When you exhale, the belly goes in. You pay attention to that, focus on that. Or you bring your focus to the tip of the nose and you watch the air go in and out. And what will happen, you'll start controlling the breathing. It's very natural. Focus on the breathing, watching yourself breathe, and then you'll start controlling it. That's the mindset of control. And when you realize you're doing that, stop it. Don't judge it. It's natural. And then just watch it. And then what will happen is that you'll start to think about other things. And when you realize you're not thinking about the breathing, you're focused on the breathing, you're thinking about something else, stop it. And then just gently bring your focus back to the breathing. And then what will happen? You start to think about other things again. And when you realize you're doing it again, don't judge it. Just simply bring your focus back to the breathing. It's a process. And then what happens eventually is you realize You're not your thoughts. You're the thing that's watching the thoughts. That's very important in the way I teach yoga, because that means you can control your thinking. You can create a new mindset of positivity because you're the master of your thinking. Now, we're just going to stay here a little bit longer, so just watch yourself breathe. Bring the palms together. Namaste. That's it. So, this YouTube live yoga routine 143. I have my calendar there now. I used to have my calendar there. And then I had a big mat there. I removed the mat. I took the mat and I placed it over here in front of my water heater. See, I have a water heater right here. This is my garage, part of my garage. I'm trying to get the sound not to echo. But what I learned is that the culprit is this corner behind me. I think. Bounce it off that corner. Boom, boom, boom. And then what I have to do is buy these panels that go in the corner. But I might rig something up and put it back here. I don't know. Figuring things out slowly. Things are coming up outside of me doing yoga. So it's taking my attention away from building the yoga studio. But what happens when I do it every morning at 5:30 for 143 days makes me think about it. Every day I think about it. But I have other things that have priority right now. Anyways, I will see you tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So namaste, peace and love.